bad, stay mad. Dip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging on till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on.
Security Bank of Pulaski County, with 2 convenient locations in Waynesville and St. Robert, Missouri, is a proud supporter of the Waynesville Tigers and Lady Tigers athletics, including all their sports and activities. Security Bank is a member FDIC equal housing home lender. They can provide home loans, auto loans, whatever type of loan you need, and whatever support you need, give Security Bank a call or visit them in Waynesville, St. Robert, Missouri. Auto Glass Central is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports for a couple of years now. Be sure to reach out to them on Facebook or give them a call for all your glass needs, whether it be windshields in cars or doors for your home. Auto Glass Central can help. Home Plate Grill in Dixon, Missouri is a proud sponsor of Allen Hilliard Sports, and a great place to eat. Grab a burger, grab some waffle fries. They have some of the best food in Pulaski County, located downtown Dixon. The Plato Athletic Booster Club is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Plato Eagles again this year, especially in the Frisco League tournament, during the basketball season, and during the spring. Be sure to check them out, Plato Athletic Booster Club, on Facebook to become a member. Roscoe's Ice Cream Truck in Iberia, Missouri is a supporter of the Iberia Rangers and Allen Hilliard Sports again this season. When you see them, be sure to stop by, grab a sweet treat in Iberia. Thank you from Allen Hilliard Sports.
That's what you wanted to do?
No, I just like saying I was like surprised people give him a chance.
Yeah, no, he looks so mad.
Who's out? Our house.
Hey, that flag don't matter.
Ever since I left the city,
Number 23 with the handoff takes it to the middle, far left for a touchdown. Takes it through the center and uses some tackles now. Takes it in the end zone.
Hey, it's okay.
hey, mister.
Brian Borum of Cross Creek Realty is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Crocker Lions, as well as all the other area Frisco League teams in this part of Missouri. Be sure to check him out at Cross Creek Realty for all your home needs, whether it be selling a house or looking for a house. They have homes to sell and homes to buy. Rennie Tire Pro is your local tire shop in the Licking area Be sure to check them out for whether it be just changing a tire, buying a set of new tires, small auto repair. Check out Rennie Tire in Licking, Missouri. ZCM Timber Harvesting is your local timber harvesting service in this part of Missouri. Give Sarah Martin and the team a call. The Bank of Iberia is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Waynesville and Iberia communities, along with all the other Frisco League teams in the area. Be sure to give them a call. They are member FDIC, equal home housing lender, 2 locations, Waynesville and Iberia. Allen Hilliard Sports would like to thank the Iowa Woo this year for allowing me to be their provider of live broadcasting services during their games up in Waterloo, Iowa. Be sure to check them out next season on the Arena League, the Iowa Woo.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
The Dixon Athletic Booster Club is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Dixon community, as well as the Dixon athletic programs. Be sure to join the Booster Club. All the money goes to help support the Dixon athletes in the community, whether it be high school, middle school, baseball, basketball, whatever it is. Check out the Dixon Booster Club on Facebook to become a member. $200 to be a corporate sponsor on the video board in the gym. Johnson Insurance is your local personal insurance provider in Dixon, Missouri. Has an office right there in downtown Dixon. Been there for many years. She will personally come out, talk to you about your insurance needs. Check her out in Dixon. Pulaski Talks is your local non-biased news source for Pulaski County, whether it be local headlines all the way to the state level. Check them out on YouTube at Pulaski Talks. Tri-Town Sports is your newest youth sports facilitator, having volleyball, basketball, among other sports this year, including flag football. Check them out on Facebook, Tri-Town Sports, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood. The Licking Athletic Booster Club would like to wish good luck to the Licking Wildcats and Lady Wildcats this year as they compete in their fall sports and they get ready for the basketball season, again, as they start the year off in the Frisco League Tournament. Good luck, Wildcats, from the Licking Booster Club. Post Pawn Shop is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and all the area schools, including the Frisco League basketball tournament. Be sure to visit them down by the front gate of Fort Leonard Wood. The Bank of Crocker, since 1911, has been in Pulaski County and the surrounding area for many years. They have home loans, auto loans, whatever loans you need. Give them a call. They are member FDIC and the Equal Housing Home Lender.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Touchdown, Outlaws. Handoff to the right. So they have some space at the 35, at the 30, 25, 20. Following blocker, 10, 5. Touchdown, Black Knights. Up the middle, he's going to break free. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. Looks like the Vipers are going to go for it on 4th down. Toss to the right. Tries to make a move outside. Gets to the 45 across midfield. Has the first down and more. Staying inbounds. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Vipers. Handoff up the gut. Makes a move. First down and a whole lot more. 15, 10. Bobbles the football. Catches it. Touchdown, Outlaws. Teams right in the line of scrimmage because they just want to play football so bad. Handoff to the right side. It's at the 10. Pushing over defenders at the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. To the left. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. The Wolverines 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Toss to the right. Makes a move. And he's going to break free. One man to beat. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Vipers. Toss to the left, Lions thrown. Trying to stretch it towards the sideline. Crimson quarter hits across midfield. And he could go all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown for the moment. Hand off to the right side. It's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Fieldhawks. And that's up the middle. 15 to 10 for 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. Hand off to the right. Trying to bounce it outside. Turning the corner. At the 30. Has the first down. Still on his feet. And he's going to break free. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Outlaws.
Let's do it!
Good line, number order, let's go.
Off to the Broncos. low kick. It's going to get picked up at the 41. Running it towards the close sideline. He's going to get across midfield. He's going to go further than that, the 30. Staying in bounds, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Broncos. Hand off to the left. Breaks away from one tackle. Makes a cut. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Ravens. Toss to the left. Touching it towards the sideline. He's going to get the first down. Makes a man miss. Flag is thrown. Across midfield. Nobody's going to catch him. At the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown for the moment. We'll see what this penalty is. Hand off to the fullback. Full steam ahead. Touchdown, Warriors. We are yet again. Toss to the left. It's going to have some room. It's going to have the first down and more. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Vipers. Just like that there.
Dog Patch on Highway 28 is your local gas station for all your small grocery needs. Also, your Hunt's Brothers pizza provider, making it fresh in the store and keeping it warm under the lights for you. Multi flavors to choose from. You get 3 for $30. Also, all your snacks, chips, whatever you need, down to your beverages and down to your sweet snacks. Check out Dog Patch. The Dixon School District has been a sponsor of Allen Hilliard Sports for many years now and continues to provide sponsorship. They have 3 state-of-the-art schools, including a high school, middle school, and an elementary school, all in Dixon, Missouri, serving the Dixon and St. Robert area children. Be sure to check them out at their new admin building on the corner downtown, just off of Main Street, the Dixon School District, Dixon, Missouri.
Fumble and snap. Quarterback's going to keep it to the left. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. Hand off to the right. Makes a man miss. And another. Throws a stiff arm. At the 30. Still going. And he might go all the way. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Ravens. 3rd and 23. It's a toss to the left. Turns the ball upfield. Breaks free, nothing but green in front of him. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Outlaws. Hand off to the right and into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
Gasco Sage Electric is a proud supporter of the Dixon Bulldogs and all the schools in their district in Pulaski County, Missouri, along with Marys County and other locations throughout Missouri. Good luck to the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs this season from Gasco Sage Electric. G-Tech Fiber is built to last. Your local area internet run on Gasco Sage Electric power poles. Reach out to Gasco Sage Electric for all your G-Tech Fiber internet needs. Whether you live rural or in the city, they can provide internet. Chris Pills Basketball is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports, Pocahontas Redskins, and the area schools. Allen Hilliard Sports will once again be providing the coverage of the Waynesville youth football for grades kindergarten all the way to 6th grade this year, from week 1 all the way to the championship in November. Games will start the first week of September. Be sure to reach out WIF Football if you'd like to play. Be sure to check out the Missouri Sports Network for all your live sports updates throughout the year. Check out the Scoreboard Guy on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, amongst other live sports, including a live post-game football show following every Friday night beginning week 1. And then you can join them, hang out with the coaches Monday nights, Bambinos in Springfield, for the quarterback club. See you this fall.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority. Love your mind.
Today on the MSHSAA All Access podcast, we're going to talk to 2 members of our board of directors, including one brand new member. We have just finished up our September meeting. I'm Dr. Jennifer Ruckstad, Executive Director of the Missouri State High School Activities Association. I have Dr. Josh Hayner with us, who is not a new board member. He is superintendent at New Haven Schools. Welcome, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
This is not your first time on the podcast. Glad to have you back. And then Scott Jeames, who is the superintendent in Warsaw, the newly elected representative from the Central District. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Okay, we want to talk a little bit about you, Scott, being new to the board. Give us a little bit, we know you're at Warsaw, but a little bit about your history and background in education.
I actually started in Warsaw as a math teacher and became athletic director and assistant principal. Then I actually left there, went to Marshall for a while, for 2 years, and then was athletic director and assistant principal. Became a head principal at Otterville, superintendent at Prairie Home, and made my way back to Warsaw, back home where I graduated from actually, and became superintendent. This is my 4th year there.
So Warsaw is home.
Warsaw is home. I actually built a house on my old family farm. So
okay,
awesome
good.
Times.
Did you coach sports?
Yes, coached basically every sport that's existed in Warsaw besides probably wrestling and softball and track.
Okay, and what was your main interest? First of all, I guess someone might have nominated you to run for the board. What was your main interest in serving on the MSHSAA board?
The background in sports just in general. I've played sports my entire life and been involved with it. I was a 3-sport athlete. Being an athletic director and having the knowledge of what MSHSAA does and how things work there, and worked all the way through as a principal and superintendent, and having those connections, and wanted to really represent the Central District area because it's an area that I've been in my entire career as well. That opportunity to represent the students and the staff of the Central District was important to me.
Josh, what year is this for you on the board?
I'm starting my 6th year.
Okay, so as you listen to Scott, who just finished his first meeting, and you are in your 6th year, and I believe you are the longest running board member right now. What's one thing you remember not knowing when you were in his spot? Just 1 or 2 things now that you're starting on your 6th year of board membership.
I think the biggest thing that you learn over time is perspective of how diverse our state is. And I have my perspectives of working at Owensville with about 600 students, working at New Haven with about 140 to 160 students in our high school. And so I know what my lens has always looked like, but to be able to talk to board members from the corners of the state. I've always been in the South Central region, Gasconade County, Franklin County, talking to districts that have over 20,000 students. It's just very diverse, and trying to make decisions that are fair and equitable for everybody. And that's not always possible, but we're always going to do the best we can.
You bring up a good point that I think in our meeting, even today, the board was in a position where they had a request from a member school to make an exception. Okay, I'm not going to get into what it was, but the member school was asking to make an exception based on difficult circumstances. Hey, we made a mistake, and could you make an exception for us? And the conversation around that the board had was the board hears appeals hearings for student eligibility issues all the time. And they really try to listen to specific situations in those student eligibility hearings, while also keeping in mind what precedent has been in the past on bylaws that have not really broad interpretation, but certainly wiggle room in the middle to say, okay, well, what makes a transfer necessary due to unusual, unavoidable, and unforeseen circumstances? And then you have questions on a member school wanting that same kind of consideration and the impact on whether one student has full eligibility or not versus making an exception, in this case, an enrollment declaration exception for one school and the impact of that. Scott, let's just talk about that conversation we had today. Had you ever really even been thinking through some of those things?
Probably not the enrollment declaration as you're talking about as how it affects everybody, because I couldn't remember how many schools, but when somebody said something about being 590 schools, because literally when you start making those decisions, it could affect every single one of those school districts. And so we represent our area, but we also got to take in consideration all those school members. And it's really important to know that those decisions aren't taken lightly. And we have to really think and discuss and bring different ideas between the board members to have those conversations.
In this particular conversation, Josh, you specifically, we had something similar a few years ago from a school in your area. You also are a representative of your area. Both of you are born and raised in your particular board district. And you know the people in the other districts. You know your counterparts. Both of you are superintendents. You know your counterparts in those areas. So you have to think about, as Josh has done a really nice job of talking about the diversity of our state, you do have to think about all 595 member high schools, but you're also representing your district. And Josh, you made a comment today that I know what I'm thinking about it as a whole, but in my particular district, I have to think about it differently.
Yeah, it was a lengthy and deep conversation that I really appreciated from a number of professionals. And I think my comment was that I have to be able to look my neighboring schools in the eye, and if we treat this school differently than what we treated them 4 years ago, how is that fair? How can I do that? And so there's got to be something to this story that's different than that story. So with this particular story, is there something there that I can hang my hat on and look my peers in the eye and say, yes, I voted one way for you, but this case really was different, and it was different enough that I can change my decision. And those decisions are tough. And I also mentioned in that conversation too that we have to also be in a place, and I reference back to when I was a principal, that I might make a decision about discipline on a student. 1 month later, I might have a very similar case, and if I feel like I got it wrong the first time, I can't stay with a wrong decision for the rest of my career. And so those are the things that go through my mind as I'm trying to weigh out what my vote is. On this particular case, the timeline allowed us to table it to get more information, and I appreciate that the board was very patient, and we'll see where it goes in the future.
I think the listener needs to understand that when decisions come out from the MSHSAA Board of Directors, at least my experience with the current board and even last year's board and even my own board service, there's just nothing rubber stamped. There's nothing that we don't think about. It may not be as long of a conversation as we had today on this particular issue, but they're constantly trying to think in multiple dimensions: the statewide impact, the impact on the sport itself, the impact on the overarching philosophies of our association. And I think if you're a member school listening, please understand these conversations go well beyond what do we want to do for your school? What do we want to do for this kid? Because the membership as a whole has a stake in every decision. All sports and activities have a stake in every decision. Doing something for the volleyball advisory committee that sounds like a good idea for volleyball, you must think beyond volleyball because just because volleyball wants it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good decision for the association statewide. And Scott, have you experienced maybe pushback from folks in your area, even before your time on the board, which is short at this point, but people get frustrated about things that are happening? Have you experienced kind of your other superintendents talking about, well, why in the world did they do this?
Oh, yes. As soon as I got elected, I've got multiple phone calls from different people from honestly across the state, because I have connections of different superintendents in different regions, and just bringing up ideas. And my comeback to them was always, hey, I'm one board member in a group of 10 of us. And second of all is I just got elected. I don't know if that's even been brought to anybody. So it's interesting to hear people's perspective, especially in different regions, which leads to, even when we have our conversations, hearing it from different regions and how they approach things versus how we might approach things in the central region. Example today was at the meeting when somebody said something about rule, and it was because they were just outside of St. Louis. Well, come visit Warsaw. That's a little different rule than an outside St. Louis rule. But those type of conversations, and it's interesting to see where we can put all those in perspective to make those decisions with that.
Yeah. This is our first board meeting of the 2025-2026 year. This is our first time for this particular board to be together. This is your first time hearing appeals. You have not served on the appeals committee before. The first time you've heard board appeals. Maybe one thing that struck you about that process.
It was interesting for us because a lot of times it's our second go for some of these individuals. It's not their first. To see the difference in the stories from the previous appeals, like if they've added more data and more documents. So that's always nice to understand the difference between those two, is what maybe the appeals committee heard versus what we hear. It's also interesting, the ones that come in that you can tell haven't been coached on what to do and how to say it, and it requires us to ask more questions. It's nice that the board members, especially ones that were new, I didn't ask a lot of questions because I'm new. I just sat there and observed a lot, but it was nice to hear those individuals ask those questions that were trying to get to the details of why they needed that appeal.
Right. You're going to get more and more comfortable with those questions, and it's really helpful to have staggered board experience in the room, because those who've been around for a while do have the experience to kind of intuit which questions are good for them. I'm going to shift gears just a little bit. Josh, you were visited by Mo a couple of weeks ago. We just presented to you on many of our activities for the Centennial. We're very excited about the Centennial this year. And one of the things we're doing is sending our mascot Mo out, and we're trying to have Mo do 100 appearances in the Centennial year. And we wanted to at least get 10 of those taken care of at board members' schools. And Josh, you were the first one in New Haven. So Mo was there a couple weeks ago. Maybe just tell us, where did Mo go in New Haven?
So we were excited to be Mo's guinea pig and kind of figure out how Mo is going to do this and what they're going to do at each school. And Mo started in my office with my staff, which is not very large. There's 4 of us total in that office right now. And then just kind of spent time with our high school and middle school kids, which is in the same building for us. Went to PE class, took some videos and pictures around the school, and then stood outside of the front doors as the kids got on the buses and left for the day. And I think the interesting piece of Mo visiting you is we always go to MSHSAA. We go to state championships. We go to district tournaments, and that's kind of what we think about a lot of times with MSHSAA. It was a great experience to have MSHSAA come to us, and the kids, the looks on their faces brought a lot of smiles, that it was something unusual. That does not happen every day at every school. And there were some kids that kind of caught glimpses of Mo in the hallway, you know, where they had gone to the bathroom or gone to the office. And I know I saw something, and they went back and told their classmates, you know, what they had seen. And classmates really didn't believe them. And then when they hit the front doors, now they could be like, I told you I wasn't lying. There is a state of Missouri right here in our school today. And so it was a great experience, and I really appreciate Mo coming to visit the Shamrocks.
Yeah, every part of this, I think we've had 15 appearances of Mo so far. We're still just, halfway through September. In every situation, it seems to be nothing but positive. Positive for the school. We love that it's positive for, for the association. And that's all great. But when the school has kind of oh my gosh, the MSHSAA mascot is at our school. We're a little bitty New Haven, and it's a message that we notice. Not only we, the association, but not only that we're looking at board members, schools, we're also trying to pick out schools that have some sort of special place on the MSHSAA history timeline. For instance, Mo is headed to the Van Far football game here soon. Why would he be going to the Van Far football game? Because Vandalia High School is the very first member of the Missouri State High School, at that time, Athletic Association. So Vandalia High School no longer exists. However, it does kind of exist in the school that is now Van Far, Vandalia Farber. We're trying to strategically pull our schools back into their roots with the association. We went to Licking High School this week. Licking won the first state volleyball championship. That's why we went to a Licking High School volleyball game. And, those kids may or may not know that Licking was the first volleyball champions. Have you set up your Mo visit, Scott, yet?
I have not set up our Mo visit yet, but excited to have Mo come and visit us.
Yeah, we're doing school assemblies. We're just walking down the hallways. We're doing games. We've been to different conferences, and we've been to a few annual membership updates. But we are trying to just kind of it's really just to get the awareness up for MSHSAA Centennial. And as you all don't get to deal with very often, neither does the staff, something positive about MSHSAA, something that is uplifting and reminds the people of our state and our member schools that most of what MSHSAA does is really positive, and that is enable our schools to give great experiences to kids. That's all I have today. I want to thank you for joining us. You've been listening to the MSHSAA All Access Podcast.
This is Dr. Jennifer Ruckstad, the Executive Director of the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Thank you for listening to the MSHSAA All Access Podcast and having an interest in Missouri high school activities and athletics. If you enjoyed today's episode of the MSHSAA All Access Podcast, or any of the episodes in this podcast, please consider subscribing or liking your favorite podcast provider. It helps other people find us, and we really appreciate you listening and supporting the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Security Bank is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports, and they are the main supporter this year and sponsor of all broadcasts of Allen Hilliard Sports. They've been around since World War II through the thick and the thin, supporting the Waynesville St. Robert community through all these years of growth, and continue to support the Waynesville St. Robert community through 2 locations in Waynesville and St. Robert, one in downtown by the courthouse, the other location in St. Robert. Be sure to check out Security Bank of Pulaski County for all your banking needs. They are member FDIC, whether it be car loan, house loan, they can make it happen. Again, thank you, Security Bank, for all your support. And Security Bank wishes the best for all the Tigers and Lady Tigers this season in all their competitions, whether it be arts or athletics. Again, Security Bank of Pulaski County, 2 convenient locations.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Dip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging on till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star and this life gon' live it.